12 years later, and Mega Evolution is still the best gimmick introduced to the Pokemon franchise. 28 Mega Evolutions saw their start in Pokemon X and Y in 2013. Then 22 more arrived for Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, including Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon. 26 more for the base game of Legends Z-A, and then an extra 20 for the Mega Dimension DLC. Altogether, there are now 96 Mega Evolutions of Pokemon. We're gonna go through all of them, the good, the bad, and the Starmie. I'll mostly be looking at their designs and if they work or not. I'm not really going off of competitive play or the new abilities that they get when they Mega Evolve. I play Legends Z-A, but I don't really play any of the competitive in any Pokemon games. My tiers are superb for like the flawless designs that I don't see any problems with. A for awesome, they're all right, not perfect, but they're very good. B for basic, the designers could have done better, but it works. C for crap, designs that don't work, but they're not the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst go in the dumpster. Okay, we're starting off with Mega Venusaur. I like Mega Venusaur. I don't think it's like amazing, but I like its vines and its flower. It's a little different than its original, but it's pretty basic, but it works. Mega Charizard Y works. You can definitely tell that they didn't want to go over the top with a Charizard Mega Evolution, but I like it. Now, Mega Charizard X, I like that they kind of did something different and they did a whole new color for it. I really like how the blue Infernal fire is part of it. That's pretty cool to me. I'll go with awesome for this one. Mega Blastoise, I like that they did something new. They kind of turned two cannons into one cannon. It looks a little awkward with its like hunched back. I don't know what I wanted to see with a Blastoise Mega Evolution, but it's not really that, so I'll put it in crap. Mega Beedrill works for me. It just gets a big stinger and it looks more intimidating. I think I'll put it in awesome. Mega Pidgeot just feels like every evolution after Pidgey gets a little more hair and a little bigger, so they didn't try anything crazy with this, and for that I'm just gonna put it in crap because it's pretty boring. I originally kind of hated these Raichu designs at first. After seeing some gameplay, it's kind of cool that it floats around, kind of like the Alolan Raichu. They did try something which I like, but also I can't get with it, so I'm gonna put it in basic. Mega Raichu Y is also gonna go into basic because I like that one of them is Pikachu and then one of them is like a Raichu Mega, so I like it for that reason, but I can't get with it. Mega Clefable is a no for me. It's just like, I don't know, I like the wings, but I think it's just the thing on its head. It doesn't do it for me. Mega Alakazam is going to be my first superb Mega. It looks like it's mastered Psychic. It looks like it knows everything about everything. I like how the spoons are floating above its head, and then the beard I really like, and I like how it's kind of floating in a zen state. I think just the whole design works. Okay, I think we all were a little confused when Mega Venusaur was announced. It's perfect. It looks perfect. Mega Slowbro is a little underwhelming for me. I like how the claw takes over the body, and then the only thing that's exposed is the tail, which is from where the claw started from. And it does fit Slowbro, so for that I'll put it in basic. Mega Gengar is a very popular Mega. It's not really working for me. It just feels kind of like it gained a third eye and now it's touching the ground. It kind of has some of the Haunter form to it. It's just not amazing, but it does work for Gengar, so it's gonna go to basic. It's not total crap. Kangaskhan just kind of makes sense to me. Like, if you have a little Roo that's a Pokemon inside there already, when you Mega Evolve Kangaskhan, like, it just makes sense. So it's not like over the top amazing, so I'm gonna put it in awesome. Mega Starmie definitely felt like, what are we doing with Mega Evolution? The fact that they lean so much into the meme of it just having longer legs is so funny that it's so perfect because it's so imperfect. I don't have much of an opinion on Mega Pinsir. It just seems like a more intimidating bug, so I'm just gonna put it in basic. I might be one of the only Mega Gyarados haters. It's just like Gyarados itself is so intimidating. It's like a big water snake. And then when it Mega Evolves, it just gets some more fins. And then it shrinks into like a chode to where it's not intimidating. So it's going to be my first dumpster. Mega Aerodactyl feels pretty basic. Gets a few more rocks, some black rocks attached to it, but otherwise it's the same dragon. I do kind of like it, but design-wise, it's just too basic to where it's crap. Mega Mewtwo X just feels too similar to Mewtwo to where it's like, why even have it Mega Evolve, you know? So I think I'm gonna put it in the dumpster because it's just too close to Mewtwo to where there's like no point to even having it have a Mega. I actually really like Mega Mewtwo Y. It just feels kind of like a new Pokemon. I remember back when I played X and Y, I named it Apotheosis, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. But design-wise, I like that it has a big brain tail coming out of its head, so I'm gonna put it in awesome. I like Mega Meganium a lot. It definitely grew on me. When you pre-order Legends Z-A from Pokemon Center, they send you either Chikorita, Tepig, or Totodile as a plush. And since they sent me Chikorita, I chose Chikorita in the game. And yeah, it just feels right. The flower that Meganium has, it just blooms, which feels right. So I think I'll put it in superb. It's a close awesome, but I do really like it. I was very against Mega for Alligator when it came out, just because there's like a hood on its back and it looks really awkward. But after watching gameplay of the way that it closes its jaw, its hands like come in and close the jaw of the top of it, which I thought was pretty awesome, and just a design that's like practical and really cool. So for that, it's definitely gonna be a superb. I'm definitely nostalgic over Mega Ampharos. I like how the hair it has. It's kind of one of the original meme megas. It also just feels super right for it, and I like how the beads that it, like the one bead that it had on its head before, is also like all in its tail, maybe to like signal how powerful it is or something. I don't know, but it's superb for sure. Mega Steelix is another Pokemon that just feels right. You go from a rock Onyx to a steel Steelix, and then you add some crystals, and it's kind of like a crystal steel mix. And I like the way that it moves around and rotates, and it just looks pretty cool to me. I don't have too much of an opinion on Mega Caesar. I think it works, and it kind of gets like a samurai vibe to it with the black padding that it gets. I think I'll put it in basic just because it's not too different from regular Caesar. Mega Heracross is pretty awesome to me. I like that it kind of leans into the Beedrill that it's trying to be, and then it also kind of looks just like a stronger Heracross, so those two together, and I think it works. Mega Skarmory, I feel like there's some meaning behind it that I don't know, but it just feels like a gold version of Skarmory. It's kind of cool to think that it goes from like steel to gold, so for that, it works. I like the way that the horns are shaped and then the bones that wrap around its body. I think they could have even done more with the bones on the body, but it's like a hellhound, so yeah, I think it works. It's not even that amazing, but I think it's perfect for Houndoom, so it's superb. I don't have much of an attachment to Tyranitar. It has a taller spike on its head, and then the spikes on its body are longer. It's pretty cool. I'll give it basic. Okay, now we're getting into some of the Hoenn Megas. A lot of these are a little nostalgic for me just because I was a kid right when all of these were releasing on the Korokoro magazines, and a lot of them have pretty good designs. Mega Sceptile, it gets a bigger tail, and I like the kind of finer details it has with the cutouts in its body, and then just a stinger on the end. It's pretty cool. I'll give it an awesome. Mega Blaziken is definitely the better of the three Hoenn starters. I just like the way that it looks like Blaziken, but it definitely looks like a stronger Blaziken, and just the way that the fire comes out of its arms and the way it's in its fighting stance is really cool to me, so I'm gonna put it in superb. Swampert was already pretty tanky. This Mega definitely leans into that, and I really like it. It just feels like the definition of a tank starter. And you usually see like the tanky starters are more of the grass starters, but Swampert, I think it's a great design. Mega Lucario, although it's kind of a basic design, it definitely boils Mega Evolution down to like a prime example of what Mega Evolution is, and I like that Mega Lucario and Mega Gardevoir were like the staples in the trading card game for Mega Evolution for the base set. They just both feel so right for Mega Evolution and very iconic. Mega Lucario Z, on the other hand, is trash to me. Maybe it'll grow on me, but right now I can't get with it. I kind of wish, since Lucario is a fighting steel type, that it was more of like a steel looking Pokemon, but I just don't like it. Same as Mega Lucario, Mega Gardevoir is just like a prime example of Mega Evolution. I'm really glad that they included those two in the base set for Mega Evolution. I like how it's just kind of a simple design, but it's really sleek, and it's just a dress. Like, the shiny form is just a black dress, and I think it's perfect. I may like Mega Gallade more than Mega Gardevoir. I don't know if it's the night look to it that it has, or just the dichotomy of Mega Gardevoir and Mega Gallade together just feels kind of like a fun fighting team to have, like maybe in double battles, you know? Mega Sableye, it's a pretty cool design. It's like a trickster Pokemon, and I like that it kind of like is a little shy and it hides behind its rock. Yeah, it's a cool design. Mega Mawile is also another perfect design to me. I like that it's so simple, but it goes from one big chomping mouth to two, which is a common theme in Mega Evolution. Also, I don't know if you call it like a kimono that it has, maybe just like a dress, but I like the pink to it and the color scheme that it has. It works. Mega Aggron is a pretty boring design to me. I think it works to show off that it's tanky, but it just is too close to the original that it's like, what's kind of the point of evolving it, you know? I really like the design of Mega Medicham. This is one of the Pokemon that I had on my team back in the day. I like the way that it sounds weird, but it's the way that its thighs are like one is bigger than the other, and it like stands on one foot. It's like a belly dancer, but it'll high jump kick you. It just feels perfect to me. Mega Manectric gets a lot of fur when it Mega Evolves. It also kind of has a lightning bolt to it, and I think it really works for like what Mega Manectric would look like if it Mega Evolved, so I'm gonna put it in awesome. Mega Sharpedo is another Pokemon that I had on my team back in the day. I like the scars and stuff across its body. I'm not really sure what the stuff on its nose is. I don't know if it's just the nostalgia, but it works for me. Mega Camerupt, one big volcano on a camel from 2 humps to 1 hump. I think it works. Mega Altaria gets a lot more poofiness to it, and it also gains the Fairy Dragon typing, which I think works really good for it, and I like the design, so I think I'll put it in awesome. Mega Banette gains more zippers that kind of cut its body, and then it has like claws releasing out of the mouths of the zippers, which is pretty cool. I think I'll put it in awesome. It's not, I think I will put it in superb actually. It's a great design. Mega Chimecho is one of the first Pokemon that was teased for the Mega Dimension DLC for Legends Z-A, and it just kind of was like why are they teasing that Mega, like out of all the Megas they could have chosen, but it definitely grew on me. The fact that it's a wind chime and it grows into a bigger wind chime, that also looks like Chingling is just pretty cool. So I think it's superb. It's just like the perfect mega that a Chimecho could have, you know. Mega Dragonite's definitely gotten mixed reactions from people. They could have easily added big wings to the back of a already cool dragon, but they didn't, and they really went for it, and they put the wings on its head, which is already kind of a random design, but I think I like it. And then the fact that they put the orb that Dragonair has, and they put it on Dragonite's tail, it's kind of like a theme with a lot of these megas, is that they're combining the final and first or middle evolutions together and using that to create the final mega evolution, which I think they should do with a lot more megas, and I think it's pretty awesome. I don't think it's superb, but it's superb. It's definitely superb. It's a great design. I like that they added wings to Mega Absol. It's a pretty simple design, but I think it works for the Pokemon. So I will put it in awesome. The only reason that I like Mega Absol Z is that it feels like a yin-yang to the Mega Absol. I still just think it wasn't necessary, and I would have liked another Mega to a random Pokemon instead of it. So I'm going to put it in crap. Mega Glalie pretty much just breaks its jaw for its Mega, and I like it. I think it's simple, but the fact that its jaw gets wider, I don't know, it works. So I'll put it in awesome. They were going for something with Mega Salamence, but to me it just seems like a floating Salamence. That I like the way that its arms kind of close in, but it's just a little crap to me. Mega Metagross is pretty cool, I guess. I don't really see what else they would have done with it. They could have added a different colorway, maybe. Is it crap? Maybe it's crap. It could be basic, but I think it's crap. Mega Latios, it turns purple instead of red. Mega Latios also turns purple. They seem too similar to a point where it's like, what's the point? Maybe it's to show that they have equal power. That could be a theme with it. I wish it was just like a dark red of that, and then Latios was a dark blue, but I'm putting it in the dumpster. I do love the Akira Egawa card art though. That is pretty awesome. Same thing with Mega Latios, in the dumpster. I like the primals. I kind of wish they did more primals with this Legends Z-A game, but it adds some lines to it. There's like a yellow aura to it. It's kind of cool. I'll keep it in basic though, because it's not too much deviated from the original. Primal Groudon is also cool. It's pretty basic though, not too much going on with it compared to OG Groudon. I think this is the most powerful Pokemon in the history of Pokemon, like next to or behind or in front of Arceus. I'm gonna put it in awesome because I think it's a great design. It also just screams like overpowered, and it works. Staraptor I'm pretty bittersweet with. It's one of my party Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. I like that they leaned into the gray and the red a little bit, and they made it look kind of more intimidating. It was a surprise for me in the game when I was playing, and you go through the portal and you randomly go to that Pokemon. I don't know if I like Staraptor so much that I like the Mega design, or if I don't like the Mega design. I'm just gonna put it into basic because that's how I feel about it. Mega Lopunny is also a Pokemon that I had in Omega Ruby when they came out. It was in the Korokoro magazine, and I was so hyped about it to see it like revealed in like a leak on Facebook or whatever. It's a fighting Playboy bunny, and it gains some leggings, but it's so iconic that it's just superb to me. Mega Garchomp's also a Pokemon I had in my Diamond, Pearl, Platinum party. Looks like a more intimidating Garchomp. It's not like an amazing design, so I'm gonna put it in awesome. Mega Garchomp Z, I don't know how I feel about it yet. Compared to the other Mega Garchomp, it looks more like OG Garchomp. It kind of feels like this is the Mega Charizard Y of Garchomp. I think I like it. I'll probably just pair it with awesome Garchomp right there. Mega Abomasnow is just like a bigger Abomasnow. They didn't really try to change anything about it. It stays true to Abomasnow. It's a basic design. I was very surprised seeing Mega Frostless at first. Just the way that it gets like a sleek dress, you know, with like a ghost-like design. I knew the design looked like something of Japanese like folklore, and from what I found online, it represents a Yuki Onna in Japanese culture, which is a snow woman in like a kimono dress. So I like that they had like a reasoning for Mega Frostless, and also I do like the design, even like not thinking about Japanese culture at all. It's still like a really cool design, and they went for something. So for that, it's superb. When I played the Mega Dimension DLC, I didn't know much of anything about the designs of the new Megas and what they look like. So when I saw the Mega Darkrai for the first time, I was like kind of in shock. Like, this is kind of cool, but it's just like a big, beefier Darkrai, and I don't know if I really like it, but seeing the animation and the way that the eye like closes and blinks was pretty cool to me. I think it's a design that they really did something with, and they didn't just make it a generic design to keep it how it is. They went for something. I've always liked Emboar. With this Mega, I think I like it. I like the sensei vibe that it has to it, and then just the fire padding that it has, and then the fire sword. It's pretty cool. I will put it in basic just because it's not, I don't know, it's not doing too much. Mega Excadrill has longer drills on it, and it works for what it is, so it's a basic design. Mega Audino has a pretty generic design. It's not too over the top. I'm just gonna put it in basic. Mega Scolipede reminds me of the jousting matches, like with the medieval times. It's not a crazy design, it's pretty generic, but I think it works for what the Pokemon is, so it's basic. Mega Scrafty is cool. It fits the trainer's vibe in Legends Z-A. I forgot his name, but they just seem like a perfect pair. It's got the hood, it's kind of mysterious, and I think it's pretty awesome. I wasn't a big fan of Electros at first. I used it in the game, so I don't know if that gave me some bias to liking it more, but I did like it more, and I don't know why, but it's going in awesome. Mega Chandelure is a bigger chandelier, and it works for what the Pokemon is. I like that it stays true to the original while also kind of adding something new to it with the aura that comes out of its body and then like that gold padding that it has. It's a pretty cool design. I think I'll keep it in basic. Chestnut's always been kind of boring to me. It's a better version than it was, but it's not that good. I don't know what I wanted from it, but it's not working for me, so it's crap. Mega Delphox is peak. Mega Delphox is one of the best mega designs ever in Pokemon. I like that it kind of stays true to Delphox while also leaning into the witchy nature of Delphox. And it's floating on a broomstick, which has never been done before in Pokemon. And it's just a pretty awesome design that is superb to me. Mega Greninja is also one of Pokemon's best mega designs. I mean, it's a frog ninja that's hanging upside down on a water shuriken. As crazy as it sounds, just the design and the creativity that went into it, I really like it. When I was battling the barista lady in Legends Z-A, she had a Pyroar and she started Mega Evolving it, and I had never seen a Mega Pyroar. And when it Mega Evolved and it just had like a longer hair to it, I was really disappointed. I was like, why even Mega Evolve it if you're just gonna add like a little bit more hair to it? I kind of assumed it represented some type of symbol in Chinese or Japanese, and when I researched, I found that it was kanji, which was like the symbol for blaze or fire or something. And I still don't think that that is a good enough reason to have such like a simple design like Pyroar's. It's just not doing anything. It's not new. It's just like a bigger mane. So it's just has to go straight to the trash. Mega Heatran was a nice surprise for me. It feels like the steel and magma is just melting on its body and it's bigger, and I think it works for what the Pokemon is, and I think it's a great design for Heatran. So I think it's awesome. Mega Floette is a weird design to me. I remember playing the game and it saying we needed to Mega Evolve Floette to like save the world and stuff. And then once we did, it just looks kind of like a weird fairy holding like a umbilical cord or IV drip up to like a metal flower looking thing. But I think I really just wanted like maybe the same IV drip type thing, but up to like a real red flower or black flower or red and black flower. I think that would have looked a million times better than that. So I like the yin yang vibe to it that it has with the male and female Meowstic, and it kind of just combines them together to like a floating cat. And it's something new, something that kind of plays with its original design, and I think it's pretty awesome. Mega Malamar is pretty iconic now after seeing the trailer that was associated with it when it was first announced. It was just like Mega Malamar, Mega Malamar, Mega Malamar, and there's like people in love with it, and it was like a detective case thing, and I just think the trailer really like sold the announcement of the Pokemon, and I kind of wish all Pokemon had like a similar video or announcement trailer associated with all of them. But the trailer really just makes it what it is. No matter the design, it's just like a skinny Malamar, and it looks kind of cool and scary, and it works. Mega Barbicle kind of just has like more arms with it, and it's like taller, it looks like. I think I just don't like the original Pokemon's design, and it doesn't help that the Mega evolution of it doesn't do anything that's very visually interesting, so I just have to put it in the dumpster. I've always liked Dragalge, and I like that they leaned into the purple colorway with it. And I like the face that it kind of has on the top of its body. It's kind of like an illusion that you'd see on an ocean creature to like kind of lure the prey in and trap them, and I think it's a cool design. Is it just me, or does Mega Halucha remind you of that show? It was like on Cartoon Network, and there was like a flea luchador. It just reminds me of that, and it's like a perfect design that you'd see in that show. I think just that nostalgia just makes that design work for me, so for that, it's superb. If you've played Legends Z-A, you know that the design of Mega Zygarde kind of makes sense, because that's how you kind of save Lumiose City from being destroyed. But taking that aside, it's getting too much, in my opinion, into like the realm of Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Just with like the super massive human like designs that just kind of like are straying away from what's so good about Pokemon. So I'm going to put it in the dumpster. Mega Diancie just seems like another Chandelure-like design. There's not too much going for it, and it just seems kind of like a basic design. When I teleported to this mission in Legends Z-A, I was like, oh, I just have to defeat 2 of these, and then they started smashing the shit out of me, and I had to like replay the mission like 5 times before I had to leave and like level up my Pokemon to beat the game again. And it's just like a unexpected threat, and I think it's kind of like a cool design. Like you have like a crazier crab that punches you and it's ice. Like, I don't know, it's kind of awesome. I don't really like Mega Golisopod. It kind of just grows 2 arms above its head, and then it gets a little more gray. I just wish it was a little more innovative. I've always loved Drampa's design. It's like a floating cloud dragon. I do like its Mega too. I'm not really sure I'm sure there's some cultural significance to it. I'm sure that just adds to it, but I like the design. I think it's superb. Mega Magearna is just kind of like a forgettable Pokemon to me. The Mega definitely adds to it, but it's just a forgettable Pokemon that I don't really have any taste for, so. I will say I like the colorway they went with Mega Zeraora, but to me it's just kind of like a basic Pokemon. Phalanx already had one of the most goated designs to it ever, and the Mega just improved on that. I like that each little head turned into a different part of its body, and it is superb. Scovillain was already great, and they just didn't really do anything to it. I would have really loved to see a 4-headed or 3-headed Scovillain, I think that would have looked way cooler than this. Glimmora was already kind of a boring Pokemon, and all they did was detach its wings from it. I think they missed out on a pretty good opportunity here. Tatsuguri, they leaned heavily into the sushi, and I'm here for it, and I like it. So all forms are awesome. Last but not least, we have Baxcalibur. I don't like that it's pretty much the same as Baxcalibur. It's kind of playing with the fact that it's named after Excalibur, the sword, because it like kind of sticks out of its belly and looks like a sword, but they could have done something different, I think. Maybe gave it more wings like all the other Mega Pokemon they gave wings. But it's still a pretty basic design, and I think it works, so. After looking at my list, there's a lot of S-tier Pokemon than I thought I would have had, but I think they all fit. I think they all work. I think the things that I like in a Mega Evolved Pokemon definitely are like the colorways, and if they try something new with it while also paying homage to what the Pokemon was before, I think those are some of the best designs. Please share your opinion, and if you agree or disagree with me down in the comments. I'm also really curious to hear what Pokemon you hope gets a Mega in the future.